Hey, this is MLT here. Today's topic, we're talking about what are the love languages of God. So, most of you are familiar with the author Gary Chapman, who wrote the book, The 5 Love Languages. And I wanted to take a little dive into what are the love languages of God? Who's the author of love? So, number 1 is worship. Worship is God's love language. When we worship, what we're saying is nothing can make me take my eyes off of you. You alone are worthy of my love and my praise. So for example, when you break out in song and you glorify his name and you declare how holy and great and wonderful he is while you're going through abuse, while you're going through divorce, while you're going through degrading health issues, when you're going through homelessness or impending homelessness, when you're going through crushing loneliness, you're still singing praises to him. When you're mourning the loss of a loved one, you're still singing praises to him. And when you've lost everything that you've worked for, or where someone else took it, you're still singing praises to him. This is the act of worship. This is the act of faithfulness to God. Number 2 for the love languages would be faith. In a previous video, I talked about faith being the trust currency, and what you're demonstrating, what you're saying when you are displaying, when you have faith, you're saying, I trust you, God, to come through for me. Number 3, prayer. Now, prayer is an exchange. It's a humbling of oneself, giving the gift of your weakness to God in exchange for his might and his glory to be revealed through your weakness. And in that specific place and area of your life that you've prayed for. So prayer is not supposed to be a self-serving thing where we're just requesting, demanding, asking for, this or that. Prayer is supposed to be a selfless act where you're asking God to move you out of the way in this area of your life so you can make room for him here. And then you can watch him work and move and make miracles happen in that area like only he can do. And by demonstrating your trust in him, you're showing God how you can be used to come through for him. Number 4, fasting. When you're fasting, you're saying, you sustain me, you strengthen me, and you cleanse me so I can be receptive of you and be used. And then number 5, meditation. So this would be meditating on his presence and his word. So what you're saying here in summary is, I want to be with you, I want to know you, and I want to grow in you. So God's after your heart, and quality time with him, that's what God wants for you and from you. There is no greater romantic. And when you put it into perspective like that, there is no greater romantic, and you realize God's your spouse. He's your partner in life. And when you think about the sin and error that we commit, we realize that I can speak for myself, that I've been an unfaithful and adulterous spouse to God when I look at it in that context. And still he wants me to stay. And I can say that that's the same thing that he wants for you. He still wants you to stay. And only God knows what he sees in us. But he still wants you, and he still wants me, and he still wants us to stay. A prayer that came to my mind as a result of that was, Father, forgive me for being unfaithful and untrue to you, my first love. People are still going to upset me. Help me to act like you and not become unfaithful or untrue. People are still going to curse me. Help me to act like you and not become unfaithful or untrue. People are still going to hurt me. Help me to act like you and not become unfaithful or untrue. When we're unfaithful or untrue, we're separating ourselves from you. Keep refining me, even though the world will continue to sabotage this progress that we're making, this love story that we're undertaking. Let there be no former Melinda to revert back to. The only option is to be one with you. God has made his vow to me, and he's always been faithful. He's never left me, and he's never forsaken me. He never has, and he never will. And I can say the same for you. Now it's my turn, with a new awareness, to make my vow to be faithful. I know his grace will be there for me when I mess up, but I want to finally be true to him and do my best for him, because I finally believe, after all this time and after all of life experiences and after all I've been through, that he truly loves me completely, that he truly loves you completely. And with that knowledge, there's no reason to go back to the unloved version of me or the perceived unloved version of me, because that's not there anymore and that wasn't true to begin with. That no longer exists. So, with that said, I hope this helps you to go closer in your walk with God, to remember the 5 love languages of God, and to incorporate that in all your moments, in as many moments of your day as you can, so you can continue to walk closer with him and to be your highest self, and to have the beautiful, loving, intimate relationship that God wants you to experience while you are here. Much love, and take care.